Hello and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by, welcome. If you are a regular subscriber, welcome back. I hope you had a nice day. So today's video is pretty much I'm gonna be filming what you need in your kit for powder ombre brows. When I first started looking into powder ombre brows, I was looking at what are the things that I would need in my kit, because prior to my training, I kind of wanted to get a head start in like ordering the supplies, so that once I finished with my training, I was able to take on clients if I wanted to, or even if I wanted to like just practice on people. I just wanted to have everything I would need, so once I took my training, I'm good to go. I didn't want a situation where, you know, I take my training and then I wait and then I have to order stuff, because obviously I do, for me, when I take training, I get excited. I just want to get at it and practice. So I decided to do a video that shows all you need for your powder ombre brows. This is products that I use and products that I find that I need in my kit. I do believe for everyone it is different. However, I hope you'll be able to pick up a thing or two, or learn something, or figure out what it is you might need in your kit. So yeah, that's everything that we're going to be talking about today. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get right into the video. So recently I was looking into taking the course. I was looking into taking the powder ombre brows, and prior to my course, I was kind of like searching of like what would I need to start out, like what products do I need, what equipment do I need. So I searched all over YouTube. I checked products that you would need to start out powder ombre brows, and I couldn't really find any video that shows every product that you would possibly need to start out the procedure. So I decided that, you know, once I took the course and I bought it, why not show, just in case there's anybody out there that is looking to take the powder ombre brows and they're hoping to, like, you know, buy a few things before they take the course, just so that you're prepared. Okay. So the first product I'm going to talk about is squeeze bottles. I have two here. You can get this on Amazon. You can get this at the dollar store. You can pretty much get this anywhere. Mostly places that they sell food equipment. You can find this there, and it doesn't necessarily have to be this type, but like I just got these because they are black and they have a lid, so like I wouldn't have any spillage. What you use the bottles for is distilled water and olive oil. A lot of powder ombre artists have different methods of, I guess, like cleaning the brows after like each procedure. But how I was trained was to use distilled water and olive oil. So pretty much distilled water would go in here, and sorry, not olive oil, distilled water would go in here, and baby oil would go in here. So pretty much like once you have your gauze, like say this is your gauze, you would get one bottle, like squirt of distilled water, and another bottle squirt of olive oil. I don't know, I keep saying olive oil. Sorry, I mean baby oil. So baby oil and distilled water. Let me know if like you guys need links to this, and then I would probably put it down in the description below. But anyways, here are the two first items. One for distilled water, and the second one would be for baby oil. So yeah, so that's one. Now your second product would be for your second product that you need is rubbing alcohol. Now this is 70% rubbing alcohol, and you can find this anywhere, like literally anywhere. If you're in Canada, you can check this out. You can grab this at Dollarama. You can find this in Shoppers Drug Mart. Just make sure it's like rubbing alcohol, 70%. We use the rubbing alcohol to pretty much clean the skin before we begin the process. So if you do have your clients like right in front of you, you just like a spray or two, and like just use it to wipe the their brow area, just so it's clean and disinfected, and it's just like you're just prepping the skin for the powdered ombre brows. That's one. Another thing you're going to need is spoolies. Now these you can find anywhere. You can find this on Amazon. You can find this your local beauty supply store. You can pretty much find this anywhere. And if you're an esthetician and you already do like brow services, I'm pretty sure you already have this with you. So you're gonna need spoolies. And technically, like what we use the spoolies to do is pretty much just like prior to the powder ombre procedure, you're gonna shape the client's brows, and you're gonna perform either waxing or threading just to like shape them and clean them out. So you're definitely gonna need this to just like brush the hairs, and in between your passes you're definitely gonna need a spoolie. So that's that. Now another thing you're going to need is mapping strings, and not everyone uses mapping string, so this is not like a must. Like you don't necessarily need to go out and buy mapping string. You can do without it. However, I do find that it is very useful, and it does help with the process of just mapping out the brows. Mapping string, you can find this anywhere. You can find this on Amazon, esthetician sites that sell like supplies. You can also find it there, but definitely check out Amazon. You can find this, and they are quite affordable. Pick up a couple because you would go through this quickly. The only thing I'll say is like when using the mapping string is just make sure to have on gloves, as they are messy, because like when you take it out it just like leaves marks all over your hands. So like I would say have on gloves because they just tend to be messy. You're definitely going to need this to map out the brows. And if you guys want a video showing of me showing you guys how I use my mapping string, just let me know and I'll film a video, but that's another video. Sorry, that's another item you need. And the other item you're going to need is an eyebrow pencil. So you're going to need a pencil to help you outline the brows. So pretty much when you're doing powder ombre brows and you finish up cleaning up the brows, the next thing would be to go in and outline the brows, just so that your clients can see what the shape is going to look like. Have an idea of pretty much like what the shape is going to look like before going in with the procedure. So you're just going to need a brow pencil, and it can be any color. It doesn't really matter. It can be black, it can be brown, it doesn't matter. However, when you do apply this on your clients, just let them know that the color that it appears right now, it's not going to be how it's not going to be the end result. That is just a mapping for them to know, you know, this is like a pre-draw of the shape. And yeah, so you're gonna need eyebrow pencil. So another thing, this is not a, I would say this is not a necessity, but this is something I picked up because I just felt like I needed or I wanted one. This is for pretty much, this is your machine holder, I guess I would call it. I got this from, I believe I got it from Amazon, I'm not sure. But basically, like when I'm not using my machine, I just like place it on here, and it just like sits on here rather than just like sitting there. It's just extra, just me being extra. It's not really necessary, but if you do like it and you want to pick some up, go ahead and pick some up, okay? Needles. You're definitely going to need needles. Here is needles that I have and that I use. I use the Biomaster needles, and needles, I'll say it depends on the machine that you get. Some you have to pretty much get the needles that you have to get needles that work for your machine. So just keep in mind of that. Whenever you're buying the machine, just make sure to grab the right pair of needles. So you're definitely gonna need needles. And it's always good to like show your clients prior to starting, like you know that you are using a fresh needle for them. So it's like each client gets one needle, and then we dispose of it. So yeah, that. Another thing you're gonna need is pigment cups. Now there are three types of pigment cups that you use. Another thing you're you're going to need is Pigment Cups. And I'm not sure you guys can see, but these are Pigment Cups. They pretty much like come in a pack of like 50 and a pack of 100. And this is how it looks. And you pretty much just fill in the cups with pigment. Speaking of Pigment Cups, you could use these Pigment Cups. I believe I got this from Amazon. Or you could use these ones. Either one works for you. These are just like rings that typically brow artists, like if you're doing like shape and tint, if you have this, you can start with this, and eventually, like if you want to switch to this, you can. It just depends on you, whatever you're comfortable with. But these are two different Pigment Cups, and yeah. So like speaking of Pigment Cups, it's a Pigment Cup Holder. So pretty much, as you can see, it does have holes in them. So you get your Pigment Cups and you just fit it in one of those holes. Just make sure you buy the appropriate size for each holes. You don't have to buy different sizes. One size is good. Whatever size you buy will be able to fit in one of this. And you just place it, put your Pigment Cups, and you can put your machine in and get your pigment. So yeah, so you're definitely gonna want to pick this up. Again, it's not a necessity, but depending on the type of cups you pick up, there are ones that are flatter at the bottom, so that way it just sits, or this one is more rounded, which is why I have a Pigment Cup Holder, if that makes any sense. Yeah. And for powder ombre brow, you're definitely gonna need Latex Skin. So this is just pretty much skin that you would use to practice. And I kid you not, like no matter if I am taking on clients or working, I constantly keep practicing because I just find that you just better yourself, and it's just a good way to just keep in the habit of your service. Like you obviously want to get better for your clients, so why not just keep on practicing? So this is Latex Skin, and you can find this on, again, Amazon and any site that they pretty much sell esthetician and brow stuff. I will try to like link the stuff down below, but yeah, I just wanted to show you guys. You're gonna need some Latex Skin to practice. Another thing I typically use is toothpicks. And you might be wondering, like, what do we use this for? So for toothpicks, pretty much when you put in your pigment, it depends. There are times where you tend to mix pigment. So you could mix like maybe 1 and 2, like color 1 and color 2, mix it together in a cup. And for you to be able to mix it properly, I find that using toothpicks does help. So you just need one and stir it into the pigment cup just to mix the pigments properly, and that does help. So pick up some toothpicks, and this you can find in Dollarama if you're in Canada. Dollarama, Shoppers Drug Mart, your grocery store, anywhere. It's pretty much all over. So toothpicks is another thing you're definitely gonna need. So you're also going to need tape. These are pretty much what we put on our clients. You're gonna need this to basically help you with your pre-draw and mapping out the brows. They are pretty much they stick to the skin. So how these work is you would open it up and place it like right here in between the client's brows. And once you place them on, just like you can mark the area, just like to make sure like the brows are even. So this you're definitely gonna need, and it's definitely gonna come in handy. Now, an alternative for this is pretty much these ruler. You could use this ruler as well. They pretty much serve the same function. However, it just depends on preference. Some people do use this in the sense where you would take your pencil and like mark the ruler, and then you use it to like draw, pretty much outline your pre-draw. So these work as well. it just depends on your preference. You could either have this or you could have these, so anyone works. Another thing you're definitely gonna need is tweezers. I just recently picked up this tweezers from Tweezerman. And I say tweezers because after you go in with your powder, after you finish your powder ombre procedure, you will find that there are some hairs that you might need to take out just so that everything is crisp and seamless. So pick up some tweezers. And aside from powder ombre brows, if you are waxing the brows or cleaning up the brows, which are services that you can offer, you can use, you will need tweezers and a pair of scissors to clean up the brows. So yeah, these two I picked up from Tweezerman recently and I'm excited to try it out. So another item that you are going to use is aquaphor. Aquaphor is an ointment that I pretty much use on my clients, and after I finish with the procedure, just put a little bit of ointment on them, and pretty much just to ensure that the skin is hydrated. Again, it just depends on preference. I do know a lot of brow artists that use gels. It just depends on what you're comfortable with what you want, but I learned to use aquaphor. So that is, you're gonna need an ointment, something to moisturize the skin after the procedure. They could be gels or it could be aquaphor. So this is another thing you're gonna need. And speaking of, you're gonna need disposable dental beads. What I use this for is I pretty much use it to place on my massage bed when the client is laying down. So this is where their head will rest on. So I open this up and then I lay down on the bed, and pretty much their head is on the dental bead, as well as I also use it on my tray, and I lay it out and I pull all the products I'm going to need for the procedure. That's another use that you can use for this. However, it's just up to you, like whatever you feel like you need to do, grab yourself a dental beads. And you can find this on Amazon as well. Pigments. Another stuff you're going to need is definitely pigments. These are from Tina Davis, and pigments is, I do believe it's a preference. Everyone has pigments that they prefer compared to another company, but these work for me. If you're a beginner, I would say these are pretty good and the price is pretty decent, and you do get about, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think like 8 shades. They do have like 8 shades or more, so this is a good way to start. You're gonna need some pigments for the service. Now the last but not the least is, sorry guys, is your machine. So this is what I use to do powder ombre service. And again, I got this machine from the person I trained with. During my training, this was the recommended machine that they told us about, and that's what I use. I pretty much just use this and it works. It works for me. I do know there are so many options out there. However, I would say it's just gonna be a trial and error for you to find out what works for you. This is small, compact, and it just works for me. I don't have any issues with it, and that's that. So this is the machine I use. You're definitely gonna need this for your services. And last but not least, you're gonna need some gauze. Now I have the small gauze, and it's just easier for me. Or you could, if you get the big ones, you can cut it into like small cubes, and you're pretty much gonna use your gauze, like I said at the beginning, when you put your distilled water and your oil, and then that's what you're going to use to wipe as you go during passes. So definitely pick up some gauze. And yeah, I do believe I covered everything you would need for starting powder ombre brows. If I did miss anything out, please be sure to let me know down in the comments below. Oh, the last item that I do know you need, but I don't have it with me, is in like my treatment area, is numbing gel. You could do numbing gel and numbing cream, whichever works for you. I tend to use numbing gel or numbing cream. It just depends on my preference that day. So that was everything. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope it is helpful to you. I know during the process while I was starting powder ombre brows, I wasn't able to find a video or like anything that helps me prepare. I hope this video is helpful to you. I will try my best to link all these items down below in the description box. But if there's anything else you guys would like me to film or to let you know in regards to powder ombre brows, let me know down in the comment below. I am also thinking of filming like my setup for you know, like when I have clients. So if that's something that you're interested in seeing, comment below and I'll be sure to film it. So thank you guys so much for watching my video, and don't forget to leave a comment down, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.